Right. I believe we're live. Happy Tuesday, loves. If this is your first time checking out my Facebook Live, thank you so much for checking it out. My name is Dani. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. So I typically work with people who are feeling unhappy, unfulfilled, overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out, maybe a little depressed. So each month I do 3 different Facebook Lives, and the theme for this month is on awareness. So last week's Facebook Live was National Mocktail Week, developing awareness around sobriety and giving some tips for people who are sober curious. Tonight's Facebook Live is Hunt for Happiness Week. So in tonight's Facebook Live, we're going to be talking about different ways to improve the quality of your life and ways that you can hunt for happiness in your day-to-day. And then next week's Facebook Live is on National Codependency Awareness. So let's go ahead and jump right in for tonight's Facebook Live. So keep in mind that we ultimately control our happiness. I know that sometimes we tend to think, well, it's because of this and it's because of that, and we come up with a story or a narrative. Do you notice if you're ever, say, reading the comic books or something like that, or a comic strip, and somebody's thinking of something, what does it look like, right? It looks like this, like a thought bubble. So notice, what are you telling yourself about the situation? And it could be any situation, whatever it is. It can be work related, relationship related, finance related, family related, employer, boss, any situation that you're in. Notice and pay attention to your thoughts. What are you telling yourself about that situation in front of you? And if you can shift what you're telling yourself about that situation in front of you, that can improve your happiness. Let me give a quick example. There was a podcast, or maybe it was a YouTube video that I saw, but I was listening to a man who was explaining that he was on a train and there are kids, I want to say it was 2 or 3 kids, and they're running up and down the train, and their father was sitting on the train, or maybe it was a bus. I can't remember if it was a bus or train. It's not important. And he was kind of down, looking very dismal. And you can tell or feel that the people on either the train or the bus were getting frustrated at how unruly the kids were, and why is this man not controlling his children? And people are getting frustrated by this until finally somebody said something to him. And I believe somebody said something to him several different times about controlling his kids until finally the man said, "I am so, so sorry. I'm just completely out of it. Their mother passed away recently, or maybe it was that day or the day before, and I'm just trying to figure things out." So the reason I give that as an example is because pay attention to what you're telling yourself about a situation in front of you. So in that example, I could be telling myself, "Oh, what's wrong with this man? And how can he not control his children? And who does that?" Right? That creates anger, creates frustration, creates stress and angst when we don't even know the whole story. Maybe he's under a lot of stress. Maybe who knows what he's under, right? We don't know. But notice, pay attention to what you tell yourself when you're in a situation and how you can shift that in order to create more happiness and more joy in your life. My next tip: who are the people in your life that bring you happiness? Connecting with them can increase happiness, bring joy. So notice that, are you spending time, and if you've watched my videos before, I've talked about this. So Jim Rohn says we're a sum or an average of the 3 to 5 people we spend the most time with. But I want to add to that. It's not just about the people that we're spending time with. Are the people we're spending time with anchors or engines? Do you notice when you're leaving the presence of someone, do you feel drained or do you feel energized? So for the people that are in your life that you feel energized when you leave their presence, connect with those people. Now, if for some reason you can't connect with them because of the pandemic or what's going on, schedule a FaceTime call or a Zoom chat or a video chat. When you're working, do you feel surrounded by supportive peers? So notice when you go to work, pay attention once again to what you're thinking, what you're telling yourself, and shifting your perspective. And notice, pay attention, are the people that you work with supportive people? Do you notice that you can connect with them, laugh with them, And those are different ways that you can bring some joy and happiness into your life. So notice what you're telling yourself and the thoughts that you're having about the situation that's in front of you. Who are the people in your life that you're spending time with, and see if you can spend time with the people who bring you happiness. Notice the people that you work with, your supportive peers. A sense of peace when meditating or praying. Meditation and prayer tends to bring about a sense of peace. A sense of peace can bring about happiness. Spiritual connection, by the way, is an essential part of having I would say, a significant quality of life. When you have a spiritual connection, and when I say a spiritual connection, it doesn't necessarily have to mean religion. As a matter of fact, it doesn't have to mean anything of a religion at all. It's really more of an unconditional love for yourself. So, a spiritual connection can look like having a connection to your highest self, as well as, or a higher power, or God, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whatever it is that you believe in. The next tip, develop community connections that broaden your horizon. So I usually encourage my clients to check out Meetup, meetup.com, or Eventbrite. And usually with both of those, you can put your zip code in and find out events that are going on in your area, including online events. Now, if for some reason you're a little skeptical about doing anything because of what's going on right now, there are online events going on, including I actually have a free book club group series that's starting Sunday, February 21st. It's free, it's online, it's for 13 Sundays. This book, The Fifth Agreement, absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, it could help you improve the quality of your life. So if you want to check that out, keep an eye out. I've been posting about it. The registration has already started. So I'm anticipating a decent intimate sized group, and we'll meet online and we go through each chapter. So check out that link on Eventbrite. I have it on Eventbrite, and I've also been posting about it if it's something that you might be interested in. So we can control our thoughts, right? What are we telling ourselves about the situation in front of us? Connecting. Who are the people in your life that bring you the most joy? Pay attention when you're working to the people that you notice you feel surrounded by supportive peers. Pay attention to those people that you work with. Notice that. Sense of peace when meditating or praying. Developing community connections that broaden your horizons. Identify your favorite activities and pursue them more often. So taking time to notice or reflecting on some of the things that you used to do that brought you joy that maybe you don't really do anymore. And my last one, especially in these times right now, review your finances. Now, I'm not saying that money buys happiness, but what I am saying is that having the knowledge, the awareness to manage your money and having a plan for your money does create financial security and a sense of security. So let's recap. We've got a lot of meat and potatoes here tonight. So controlling your thoughts. What are you telling yourself about the situation that's in front of you or at hand? Spending time with people that bring you the most joy. When you're working, do you feel surrounded by supportive peers? Praying or meditating, having some sort of spiritual connection or developing a spiritual connection. Developing community connections, attending either online events or social gatherings. Of course, I know with the pandemic right now, it's a little bit tricky. So if you feel uncomfortable meeting in person, go online. There are some online events. I even have a free group series online event coming up at the end of February. Identify your favorite activities and pursue them more often. So if there have been any activities that used to bring you joy that you haven't been doing, reconnect with that. And then last, review your finances. Coming up with a sense of a plan or some management of your money will create a sense of security. So that is my Hunt for Happiness Facebook Live. If you have any questions, if anything came up for you, please don't hesitate to email me. My email is Dani, D-A-N-I, at DaniLaberry.com. And as I usually encourage, if you found this video helpful, please feel free to share it with your family or your friends, especially, I know I keep saying that, but especially in these times right now where people are really feeling down. They're feeling very disconnected, very isolated, very off. just in a funk. So share this video if you found it helpful. I look forward to seeing you on the next Facebook Live. Take care of yourself, and thank you so much again for watching.